So as you all know, today we kicked off Team 26's 7th ride in honor of not only the 20 school children and 6 educators lost at Sandy Hook Elementary School, but also the hundreds of thousands of lives impacted by gun violence since then. This year we ride with the message that we are one, as we work to connect Newtown to every town in America and link our efforts to the work being done across the nation by like-minded individuals and organizations. The importance of communities across the country coming together around this issue cannot be understated. Whether the violence is caused by conflict, mental health, biases, or for seemingly no reason at all, a network of people who are educated about relevant topics and care for each other can make a real difference. Not only can these coalitions of people work towards preventing violence, but they can also make fighting for our right to live in a better world mainstream, which will enable us to come up with and implement solutions to improve the world at a faster rate. The first step needs to be getting more people on board and empowering them to speak out and do their part. However, if you've paid any attention, you will have found that this is much more complex than one would think. It has been made clear by the legislative gridlock on this topic that adults will not start to work towards making a safer world unless the younger generations speak up for it. When my generation stands up for what we know is right, and adults realize the validity in our arguments, things happen. One great example of this would be the flurry of gun safety legislation passed in some states after the March for Our Lives last year. Although this is one great example, it is only one. The problem is that we aren't raised to think that minors can have an impact on our political or social climate, which can make it daunting for young people to get involved in the cause. Before I heard of Team 26, I subconsciously believed that issues surrounding gun violence were too large and complex for people my age to effectively address. Throughout history, change has been brought about by adults, and because of this, the government, as well as our entire society, has been built around the idea that adults hold the power to make real and major changes in how everyone lives their lives. I wanted to help, but I personally knew, or thought I knew, that there is nothing I could do at my age that would make any real difference to this complex issue. Because of these beliefs I had, I joined Team 26 with the expectation that my participation would be limited to simply riding with them. However, I quickly found out that no one on Team 26 is simply just a rider. Everyone who is part of Team 26 joined for their own reasons and has brought a unique and valuable new perspective to the ride and the cause. Team 26 has provided me with an invaluable sense that what I do can in fact make a difference. Thanks to my involvement in Team 26, I was able to listen to the speakers at our rallies who are working hard to improve the world starting in their own communities. These speakers had examples of students like me making real progress in their hometowns and beyond. They were able to show me that anyone is able to step up and effectively fight for their beliefs. I always knew that something needed to be done by someone to make the world a safer, more peaceful place. But upon completion of my first ride with Team 26, I found that this someone could truly be anyone, including students like me. I discovered that age doesn't matter. My story is not unique. Across the country, many of the students who are leading or participating in walkouts, sit-ins, town halls, and rallies have been inspired to take action by like-minded individuals they can relate to as well. Despite many differences you may find between students from state to state, just about all of us nationwide share the harrowing reality of living with the possibility that one day we too could become a victim of gun violence. The unfortunate truth is that the threat of gun violence is something just about anyone can relate to. This connection we all share explains how students, as well as adults across the country, were able to relate to and stand alongside the students of Parkland when they spoke up to work towards peace. The Parkland students tapped into this bond in a way that has never been done before. An estimated 2 million people nationwide participated in the March for Our Lives, comfortably landing it amongst some of the largest demonstrations in our nation's history, as well as forever altering how people viewed the gun control debate worldwide. By encouraging people to come together and realize that we all share the goal of creating a world without the constant threat of violence, these students have set off a chain reaction that has no end in sight. In my own town, I have witnessed the impact events like these have had on my peers. In the weeks following the March for Our Lives, many of my fellow students realized that they too can make a difference. The students of Parkland made real progress and showed the entire world how much of an impact youth can have on our country and its government. This has inspired young people nationwide to join the cause and has made the topic much more accessible for everyone. If we can continue to unite people around their desire for a better world and support those who are willing to work towards it, people's differences will be put aside and change will happen. This takes me back to what we were riding for this year. We were riding with the message that we are one. We were riding to connect Newtown to Squirrel Hill, as well as every other city in between and across the nation. We are riding this year to showcase the power that unity can have, not only on encouraging legal change, but in spreading peace, hope, and love. Friendships can be built around common interests and beliefs. Friendships will spread peace and love, which will lead to a sense of hope for generations to come. In just about every aspect of our lives, people are stronger together. The more people we have on our ride, the faster and further we can go. And in the same way, the more people we can get to work towards a better world, the sooner change will occur. So let's come together and realize that we are one. Let's come together and change the world. Thank you.